Everyone, Artysan here and welcome for a new video. So we are back in Watcher of Realms, and in today's video we are going to go through a request that I got a lot from my viewers. Is my thought process on how I decide to pick a defense, how I choose my demons, how I prepare my team, how I practice, and when I go live. So today we are against the Dragonshire for the match number 3 of season 15. The full breakdown is going to come in 2 days, but I decided to do this special video in between to give you more content. So let's get started. So I was mentioning I'm going to go through my full kind of like thought process on how I get ready. So let's get started. So the first thing that I do, I make sure that my team is properly geared. So I need my top 5 BP selected. So what I do is I check there and I'm making sure that everything is correctly set. I also have in the equipment side, so if you go to equipment, you have this beautiful feature that has been released a few months ago, where you are going to be able to define all your gear from gear on the left side, the right side, and the artifacts. So as you can see, I have my top 5. I will click on switch right there just to make sure that everything is set and my team is currently okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go against the team that we have there. So as you can see, as usual, the Dragonshire doesn't really love to attack. They are still full attack, didn't do anything, and we're already 60 attack-ins. The win rate is pretty good, so it will be a really fun match. So what I usually do, I checked everything. As you can see, most of their second attack has been totally cleaned up, and the one that's currently remaining is the first team that is almost the same for every player in Dragonshires. It's the same on our side, but I will be covering as well that in my next video. So what I did is I checked a little bit the different defenses and I saw this one. So this one has been attacked a few minutes ago by Bubbly. He got only 2 passes and I was going to like rethink the attack and get better. So the defense that we have here, it's Virzen and it's composed with Dane, and I thought it was a perfect example because, as you know, I really love Dane, or not. And this one is kind of an interesting one because the DPS normally shouldn't be that big because you have Azareth and you have Dane, and that's kind of it DPS wise. The rest is Carnelian as the main healer. You have Eloine that's going to do the cleanse to make sure that the new captain doesn't work, and you do have the Brokir for the defense because he did use, of course, Catgrim on the other defense. That is exactly the same for everyone. So what I decided to do is I asked the team to set up this defense, and Easy on our side was able to set that up. One thing that I asked him to do is to make sure that he have first Dane A5, because that will be the main kind of like rigor room, I would say, that could be different live. So I asked him to be A5 to make sure that I do against the most powerful versions of this defense, so I don't have any issue later on. So he did set it up with A5, and we don't have that many players with Dane A5 at MAD. I think we have 3 players max, something like that. By the way, the banner for Dane is on Friday. So he did set up with an A5 Dane. I did ask a lot of Rage Regain on our friend Carnelian to make sure that she can cycle on the bubbles for Brokir, because Brokir is going to be potentially a pain if he's getting the bubble from Carnelian a lot. A strat like Growth will not work, and then having a A5 Azareth as well. So I did ask to set up that. So if we get to my friendly sandbox, you are going to see Easy right there, and he did set up. One thing as well is the PP. So as you can see, we have 573 on this one, and we're going to check quickly Virzen that do have 556. So it's a little bit lower. On best scenarios, I would prefer that the team that we are copying is similar in BP wise, but that will be fine for this test, I feel. So now if we are going back to the sandbox, so what's going to happen there is that I'm going to check the setup and I'm going to go, okay, what can I do? Initially, what I thought is that the DPS is not that crazy, so going with a Growth should be enough because it shouldn't keep him alive enough, even with the Dane and the anti-healing, to be able to kill Brokir and get through. The main issue, and finishing up with the captain, the main issue there is that Brock here is going to get the bubble from Carnelian a lot, and that might be an issue. So if we start an attack, and usually what I do is I try a few tests, like I tried a main attack with like Growth and the Captain, then I would try with a Glacius, then I would try with other demons to see like if the basic kind of like setup and strats do work against them. And then I'm going to kind of refine and change the different type of demons to see if I can get something different. So on this one, I will go, what I was thinking is to go with a full. So I'm just going to go full with around, I would say 8.5. I will go with that and the spiders. There we go. The main goal there is to keep the full a little bit further so it can continue to protect the growth a little bit more. And I will get with the rats after that. So it's going to still stop to protect the rats, not ideal, but that will be fine. And then it's going to be able to heal up a little bit, the growth, there we go. And the food should be able to come back just in time to get the shield and get that. Then I'm going to go back again with the second round. The main goal there is to see if I can kill the... And here it doesn't work really well. So I'm going to restart just to make sure that we get it right. There we go. We're going to get with like 8.5 again. We're going to get this time with the rats. And the goal is usually that you try to do timing. The main goal there is to try to get your full as close as you can from the line, so it can come and it can start to protect the growth as fast as you can. So what I try to do is to give some more time to the full to achieve and to get back to the growth. So as you can see on my first try, growth had only like 10% left. Now you have 50% left, so that would be way better for the full to be here and now to be able to get into it. And that I'm going to cycle with the second growth. There we go. And with the rats, so I can heal back the first one. The full is going to die. My growth might die as well before getting in, but that's totally fine as well. And I'm going to get with the spiders. So I'm going to try like a few things and to see if it's like kind of working or not at all. This strat is like something similar that Bubbly did. Bubbly didn't do exactly that. He went with like 2 spiders and a growth and with the full behind to try to get as fed as you can and get the full protecting it. And it didn't really work. It worked for Bubbly at the end because you have growth level 14, so it's a lot easier. But what I saw there is that it's not going to work and it's probably not going to be a good strat for that. So if I see that and it's like really a kind of a fail and I have no chance of killing Brokia this way, I'm going to stop and do something else. So what I thought there is that we do have a cleanser, but the cleanser is Halloween, and Halloween is like taking a lot of time to like cleanse everyone, and it's not that kind of precise like a Dasomi, for example, or Rivenhold, for example. So what I decided to do is I'm not going to bring this slaughter because it don't have that much use, I would say, just to try of like building up a little bit more my growth. So I decided to go with the new captain. And the thought process there is that I want to mess up with Carnelian because Carnelian is going to get stunned a lot by the new captain in ranged, and it's going to mess up the cycle to be able to bring the bubble to Brokir, and meaning that if Brokir doesn't get the bubble as often, growth is going to destroy it and I will be able to pass through and get the win. So my thinking there, and also the new captain is really good against this team because it's going to be getting back the HP, and is also really good against physical attack that Dane is, meaning that one of the 2 PDPS that are on the team are going to not be that great against the new captain. So I thought that the new captain is going to be good to kind of mess up the timing of everyone by smashing and by adding sluggish and by stunning the healers, and then I'm going to sneak in my growth and being able to get that. So let's get into it. So the main strat there is, my initial assumption is that the new captain is going to be able to survive a long time, meaning that it's going to let me get my growth in as the second wave and not as the first wave, and chomp through the defense. So I'm going to start to get the new captain as fast as I can, because the good thing with that is that it's going to smash the ground really fast. Here we go. And it's going to give me time to place my fool. So my fool is also ready and following up the new captain to get as close as we can from the lines, so he can get the protection from the fool and not getting killed too fast. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to deploy my growth, but I'm not going to go too in front, because I don't want the fool to start to protect the growth. I want the fool to stay focused on the new captain so he can survive a long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the growth with the rats on the back side of the map, so the fool can still continue to walk a bit and start to protect the captain. And I'm going to bring my spiders as well. I'm a little bit delayed, that's just practice, that's totally fine. So as you can see now, I have a fully fed growth and I have the new captain. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get a second growth. And as you can see, both of them are like doing wonderful. They are still fully alive. And I'm going to bring another spider as well. Here we go. So as you can see, everything is surviving really well. The new captain is messing up with the different sluggish. So as you can see, we have still 3 sluggish on Dane. We have 3 sluggish on Carnelian. They are currently stunned as well. Eloine do have sluggish as well. The Brokir have 17 sluggish. So as you can see, it's like starting to be really slow as well. So what's happening there is that you are going to get a lot less bubble, and I can like bring a fool as well. Bubble on Brokir, and also when you get stunned, you can also get through and you are going to kill the Ezareth. Here we go. And it doesn't even matter because Brokir just died as well. And I still have 3 pass easily with the new captain plus 1 of the 2 growths. That's going to be well enough. So as you can see, like they still have some sluggish because the new captain did mess around a little bit the different things and the different timing. And it's why I was really expecting the new captain to be so fun. It's mostly to kind of messed up with the timing of others. So you can bring your growth and you can like get into the tank a little bit more easily without having to miss it. So this one do work. So what I usually do now is that, is it chance? It is just luck. So what you do is you are going to run that a few more times. So let's just do it one more time because I already did a few times before. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to restart and just do auto fight because it's going to use the last attack that you did. So the last attack that I did was the captain attack with the timing. The timing are not perfect. I could have got the spider a little bit faster as well, but that doesn't mean that live I can do it even better, and it will be even better there. So as you can see, he's going to do there. We are going to get the growth with the rats, then the spiders, and we are going to see if it's working. If we are getting a loss now, it means that this strat probably is not going to work live and you should probably try something new. If it does work like 4 or 5 times in a row, you could go live because it's probably going to be a strat that's going to work. And as you can see there, even with the A5 Dane, we should be pretty good, and we still have 1 minute left when the captain entered the door. So that does seems to be a strong attack. So what I will go next is I will go live. So we are going to try live and see if it's working. Maybe it's going to, maybe it's not, but we'll see how it goes. So now what I'm going to go to version. There we go. And we're going to set up the attack. So here you need to be careful. You need to make sure that everything is aligned. So what I did before was a quick affiliate. I do have the best BP on the new captain because I want him to be alive for a longer time. And then I get my growth with the second highest BP. I will save settings, I will check that. I will check that the BP for my team is the same as before, and it is, it was 702, so we're good there. And we have his team right there. And we are going to go to the attack. So what we did was, and we're going to do in 1x because usually I don't go 2x on live, except if it's a really, really easy one, but that's not. So we're going to get with the new captain at 10. Then we're going to go at 5. And one thing that I didn't really mention, but that I usually do as well, is that before that, I'm going to like set up all the timing. So I will say it's 10B captain, then 5B, just to make sure that you have everything there, 5B full. Then I will go with 10B growth plus rat. And you cannot see my screen, but I'm like putting the timing that I will put on the screen right now as well. And I will like do everything there. So spiders, then 10F growth plus rat, 3F spiders. So I just typed it on the notes, and I'm going to put a screenshot on the screen while I was typing. And I will use that on my second screen to check, okay, what's the timing? So we are with the new captain. So now we are going to get at 5, the full. There we go. We have the 5 at full. Also, what you can do if you want to stop the match, you can either click on one of the champions. You need to unzoom to be able to place your arrows, but you can also do that to kind of like slow down the match and get it working. So the next one there is to bring the growth and the rat at 10B. So I'm going to speed up a little bit, 2x, to get a little bit further. Here we go. And everything is working as expected for now. So 10B, we're going to bring the growth and the rat together. So I could either slow down by clicking on one of the champions on the timeline, or just go fast and do that. It should be fine. Then what I need to do it properly this time is that at 3F, meaning so B will be the first like spot at the entrance that I'm looking with my little mouse there, and the F will be the second spot, the one further from the entrance. So we are at 3F, and I'm going to bring my spiders. So for now, we are set. We are going to get there. So what has to happen now is to hopefully not get the growth destroyed and kill the broker. I'm going to send a second wave of growth and rats at 10B. We are currently at 5, so we still have time. As you can see, the DPS seems to be a little bit less, I would say, than with easy. So that's probably a good news, because my team is going to survive a little bit longer. And we are going to get there. There we go. Bringing the rats. And as you can see, my growth is still pretty well in life. Like you have a lot of lives left, so it's a pretty good sign for now. And now we're going to check quickly. So we just destroyed everything. Halloween did work really well. She just ult, so they don't have any sluggish, they don't have anything, so that's good for them. Let's check the broker. The broker do have 7 stack right now. There we go. So the second one is coming, starting to get the rats, healing everyone up, so that's good news. Hopefully we're going to be able to get through the broker, because right now it doesn't get through that much. Good news though is that it seems like my growth is passing the tank. Here we go. And it's probably going to get to the SRF. So as you can see, it's exactly doing what it was doing in test. We do have 3 sluggish on SRS. We have 8 on Dane, so Dane is going to be doing less attack. Carnelian do have 3, and Halloween do have 8. So everything is going as expected. You can see that everything is going well. There we go. It's doing. We still have 52, so it took a little bit longer to kill the broker. But the strats work really beautifully because the new captain is going to mess up with the timing of Carnelians on broker. And that was the main issue that Bubbly got, is that he got so many bubbles into broker that saved broker that made it not work. So that's kind of my last little attack before going in, and that's a win. So as you can see, that's kind of my thought process, is really trying to iterate, finding the right demons, and like sometimes just mixing up. So I just changed my captain to get the new captain instead of using the slaughter. And as you can see, doing that did mess up the bubbles from Carnelians and make it work really well. So yeah, that's a victory for me. Really happy about that. It was live on the video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want any other advice or any guides future on GvG, please tell me how it is. I will be more than happy to work on that. Also, I have a lot of other guides coming up soon, so hopefully I find the time because the work has been intense. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and see you soon. Bye.